Diego has some pretty scenic freeways, but some appear to be more trashed than others.
A viewer reached out to us wondering why there's so much more trash along the freeways in the South County than the ones in North County. News 8's Brian White spoke with Caltrans to get an answer in this Your Stories report.
That's right. It was brought to our attention by a viewer that the freeways were looking cleaner up in North County as compared to the freeways down here in South Bay. So we hit the streets to take a look.
News 8 received this email from a viewer about trash on the freeways, which read in part, quote, "Anywhere in the South Bay, the freeways are embarrassing, but you drive anywhere in the North County and there is little to no trash. I've been hit by debris on the 5 North and Imperial Beach, yet when I drive to Carlsbad, it's surprisingly spotless." So we drove around the county on freeways from north to south and noticed it was pretty clean from Carlsbad to Encinitas and further south. But when we drove through parts of South Bay near Chula, Vista, National City, we did notice more patches of roadside litter. So we asked Caltrans if North County freeways really were receiving more attention and resources than further south.
We do not discriminate, with regard to location. All of our employees are focused on maintaining, which includes litter and debris, throughout the entire county.
Senior transportation engineer Sean Rizzuto with Caltrans says that freeways throughout San Diego and Imperial counties are assessed every quarter with a rating system based on how much recurring trash and litter are generated in certain areas. During this quarter, the following sections of freeway received a ranking of poor. Highway 78 from I-15 to Palomar College. Interstate 8 from the West End over to I-15. Interstate 805 from the 8 down to the 54. Highway 94 from downtown San Diego over to the 125. And I-5 from Imperial Beach through downtown San Diego.
We pay particular attention to these locations because we know they're problematic for litter and debris.
Sean says Caltrans has roughly 100 workers focused on removing litter 5 days a week throughout our district.
Our maintenance workers who work out on the freeways and highways, they take a lot of pride in their work.
Caltrans has seen an increase in roadside litter over the past year and a half.
The reality is that more litter is being generated as a result of the pandemic, and our eating practices, our packaging, those things, single-use plastics.
One of the leading culprits to roadside litter is untarped and unsecured truckloads.
We've all seen it where you're driving down the road and stuff's flying out of the back of a pickup. So it's really important for each individual to take ownership and secure their load.
And sometimes, Sean says, that litter can even be unintentional.
Sometimes it's inadvertent. It just happens. Sometimes you roll down your window and there's a napkin in there and it blows out. Well, all that gets deposited on the side of the road.
Above all, Sean says that it's all of our responsibility to keep litter off our freeways.
It is an enormous problem, and we really need the public's help. It's a joint effort, right? Everybody has to work together to solve this problem.
In South Bay, Brian White for News 8.
Yeah, keep that litter in your car. Make sure your tarps are secure and nothing flying out of that truck bed. If you have a story you would like us to cover here on News 8, send us an email at yourstories@kfmb.com.